Have you ever traveled to a place that felt different from the rest of the places you visited? Have you ever explored a place and it felt like coming home? That's what St. Croix feels like for me. What's up, Unconventionalists? Welcome back. In today's video, we are traveling to a place very near and dear to my heart, St. Croix in the US Virgin Islands. St. Croix is the biggest of the Virgin Islands, and it was colonized by the Spanish, the Dutch, the English, the French, the Knights of Malta, and the Danish, since it was originally discovered by Christopher Columbus back in 1493. This place is extra special to me because I spent a semester here as an exchange student in the National Student Exchange Program back in college. I haven't been back since I studied here 8 years ago.
Back at UVI 8 years later. They added a playground. Kids are happy.
We decided to visit this time of year because it is the season of St. Croix's annual Christmas Carnival. President Biden actually has a home here and was on the island when we arrived.
Air Force One is here.
Making it extra difficult to get around the island because of all the road closures and the fact that his entourage rented out over 300 of the rental cars. We decided to split our trip into 2 different accommodations since we'll be spending 11 days here. The first half of our trip was spent at Mount Victory Eco Camp in the rainforest on the west side of the island, and our kids really loved this spot because the owners lived on site and had some kids, so there were immediately there friends to play with.
Nice red hair. Hello, cheese.
Hey, guess what? Since water was falling out, I put this cup here so the water that falls out.
Our unit was actually built out of an old Danish schoolhouse ruin. It was rustic and there were definitely bugs, but we loved the uniqueness of this stay. The second half of our trip was spent at the Sugar Apple B&B in the heart of downtown Christiansted on the east side of the island.
He's doing parkour.
B&B Virgin Islands. B&B, the B&B.
It was perfectly walkable to the downtown pier, all the restaurants, and everything there is to do. There were also a ton of pet tortoises on site here that our kids love to feed in the morning with our hostess, Miss Natalie.
All of them?
Yep, you can put all of them out because there's going to be a lot of turtles.
Really? There's a lot of turtles over here?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Hey, little guy. I'm going to go bring you this one. So there's about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right now.
There's a lot more to find. Ooh, there's one. They're just coming from out of the woodwork. The morning turtle routine.
Look at that. That guy takes giant bites. We washed the poop off of the bottom of his shell. We washed every single one, even Waffle, in the water downhill. Look at what Waffle's eating. He loves this stuff.
Everyone knows that the Virgin Islands are famous for their beaches and snorkeling, but there's actually a lot of other really cool stuff to do on this island. Estate Mount Washington is an old sugar plantation on the west side of the island, and it's a great place to learn about the local history.
Off the ground. It was a sugar plantation from 1779 to 1912. It was a rum distillery from 1780 to 1860. How cool is this, you guys?
They would crush things here. They'd put it in this little sled. They'd push this sled down there. Maybe they would load this up with rocks and drag it this way to put in the crusher and then take the material that way. See that pretty?
Did you know that St. Croix is home to the easternmost point in the United States of America? That means that if you watch sunrise here at Point Udall, you are the first person to greet the day in our country on that particular day. Since we were visiting over New Year's, we thought it would be extra special to go up to Point Udall for sunrise on the first day of the year, so we could be like the first people to greet 2024, but everyone else also had the same idea.
Happy New Year!
The road is blocked.
come up for sunrise, literally. Made it to Point Udall. So did everybody else.
Happy New Year, Atlas. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
The Christiansted Pier is a fun place to walk around while you're on the island. There's restaurants, bars, tons of tour operators, and there's like tarpon and other marine life right under the pier that you can check out while walking.
What is it?
A lionfish. It's like a poisonous.
Oh yeah.
How's your snack, Kyle? Can I try it? Let me see it.
Take this bite before you lose it, Al.
You are the cutest.
Oh, I hope when he jumps up. Oh, little fish are getting the big one.
Something I was extra excited about on this trip was to see some old friends that I haven't really seen much since going to college down here. I even got to celebrate my friend Lexi's birthday with her while here on the island.
Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. You smell nice. Say hi.
Happy birthday to you. Yay! Having Lexi here came in clutch because Atlas is totally obsessed with fishing and she had all the gear. To be honest, Scott and I don't like fishing at all, but Atlas really loves it, so we were trying to love him in his language and take him out for this experience. A local fisher told us to use squid as bait, so we bought some frozen squid at the grocery store. Ocean wanted to be a part of the video, so say hi to people. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so we got some frozen squid at the grocery store to use as bait, and we obviously had like way too much of it. We didn't spend that long out fishing. We tried our best, but it was really hot and yucky, and anyways. We put the frozen squid on the back seat, like car mat on the floor in our rental car, and it ended up leaking all over the place. It just smelled like fish, and it was super disgusting, and we were not happy campers, but we did our best.
What are you boys doing today?
Fish.
And what kind of bait did you guys get to go fishing with?
Squid.
Thanks, Lexi. I think we might share one fishing pole and go back and forth with it. Whoa, look at that, you guys. Do you put a whole squid on there, or do you like cut it up?
I was planning on cutting it.
Danger zone. That is for sure. Yes.
Bail back.
Definitely looks like the piece is getting smaller.
Another cool thing to see is the Salt River Bay Historical Ecological Preserve. There's not a ton to see over there, but it's really pretty water and it's a great history lesson for the kids.
Salt River Bay, the second place Christopher Columbus ever landed.
On this.
Beautiful.
What is that?
It's a thing on my thing. I put the bottle there.
Another excursion that a lot of people really like to do on St Croix is the beer drinking pigs out in the rainforest on the west side of the island. Basically, you pay to give cans of beer to pigs. They drink it and then they spit the cans out. To be honest, I felt uncomfortable about the experience and I can't really recommend it in good conscience.
They like Coors, Colorado Mountain Cold beer. Non-alcoholic. It used to be alcoholic, but I guess they used to just fall over drunk.
Sharing a beer with a pig.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now let's talk beaches. There are 23 official beaches on St Croix, including 2 beaches that are on little islands right off the coast. Hotel on the Cay, which you can take a little ferry over, and then Buck Island, which you have to do like a charter or a private boat over to. We were able to visit 6 beaches on our trip, and also the boys snorkeled right next to the Frederiksted Pier as well, which doesn't really count as a beach, but it's a really cool snorkel spot, so I'm gonna include that. And we were also able to snorkel in the Buck Island Reef National Monument. The 6 beaches we visited were Cane Bay, Dorsch Beach, Sandy Point National Wildlife Refuge, Rainbow Beach, Buck Island, and Mermaid Beach at the Buccaneer. Cane Bay is beloved by scuba divers because just a quarter mile offshore, the sea floor drops by 1,000 feet.
Boys are way out there snorkeling. Cane Bay was the first beach I ever came to in the Virgin Islands when I moved down here as an exchange student almost 8 years ago. So today, our first day in the Virgin Islands as a family, I thought it was only fitting that it'd be the first beach I take the family to here on St Croix, and we saw a sea turtle.
It looks like a nice place for a fish to live.
I wish I knew the names of fish.
Yeah, we saw some parrotfish.
Parrotfish?
Might have seen some blue tang.
Look at me.
Dorsch Beach is the ultimate spot if you love to look for sea glass.
Sea glass!
This is just what I wanted. I wanted to have a really rocky beach like this. This is
Sure.
so low deep. There's like mountains underwater.
Yeah, there's some blue tucked in there.
If you visit the island between March and August, you might not actually be able to visit Sandy Point National Wildlife Refuge because it's closed during the sea turtle hatching season. If you come the rest of the year, you're still only able to go on Saturday and Sunday because it is such an important spot for leatherback sea turtles.
Beach is only open on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4, so if you're here on the weekends, you gotta get to this beach. I remember this being my personal favorite beach when I used to live here in St Croix. I'm really excited to take the family here today.
Yeah, a beautiful beach. Two, three, lean back. Woo! 2, 3.
Don't hurt yourself.
1, 2, 3. Maybe just a dive then? 1, 2, 3.
Ouch.
Put off your hand. Yeah.
And then you gonna jump? So go for it. Jump.
Don't fall back, fall forward. Deeper forward.
Rainbow Beach usually has a big Sunday Fun Day celebration each week, but it was really rainy and overcast when we went, so that wasn't really happening. There wasn't very many people there. Okay, I didn't get a good video of this because I was kind of freaking out, but there was a point when we were at Rainbow Beach and like everybody was out of the water because of a suspicious fin swimming back and forth from side to side in this kind of fashion in the water. Everybody was out of the water, except for Scott, who was snorkeling about 10 to 15 feet behind said fin. And I was waving my arms and flailing and like yelling for him, trying to get his attention while snorkeling. Not a care in the world, didn't notice me at all. He swam behind the shark for a few minutes before it finally swam off. And when he came up for air, he noticed he was the only person in the water and that there were like a few ladies kind of like screaming and freaking out on the beach. And only then did he realize that he was in the water snorkeling with the shark. The Buck Island Reef National Monument includes Buck Island itself, as well as over 18,000 acres of reef area surrounding the island. The island is just 1.5 miles off the coast of St Croix, so it's the perfect place for a boat day excursion. The tours take you first to Buck Island on the beach on the front side, which is really pretty, gorgeous white sand, pristine beaches, and then everyone loads back up on the boats and goes around to the back side of the island where the reef is.
We're on the way.
No, it's just my motor. And it, watch underwater. It floats. I don't even start it. And by the way, it takes you out deep into the middle of the ocean.
Oh man.
We did a lot of swimming at the first spot, which like thoroughly exhausted Atlas to the point where he didn't even want to get off the boat when it was time to snorkel, which is super unlike him. It was such a bummer he was too tired to participate because this was definitely one of the coolest snorkeling experiences I have ever had in my entire life. This was the first place we had ever seen an underwater snorkel trail. 5-year-old Isle did such a good job snorkeling out here in the open water. The camera really could not do this place justice. It was by far the most vibrantly colored coral reef I have ever seen in my life. There were signs on the ocean floor that guided us through the underwater trail and then gave some information about what fish and types of coral we were seeing. If you ever have the chance to visit St Croix, I highly recommend you go for a snorkel at the Buck Island Reef National Monument. We visited on our trip to St Croix was Mermaid Beach at the Buccaneer. Buccaneer actually has 3 beaches, I believe, and you don't have to be staying at the Buccaneer and you don't have to pay to use their beaches there. But it's nice to go to the beach there because it is like a resort, so there's games and stuff on the shore for the kids, and then you can order food service to your beach chair, which is really nice.
Half soccer, half wrestling.
There's lots of it gets steep. Fish, it's already up to my neck.
Sweet.
Although it might not count as a beach, I feel like I need to mention the snorkeling opportunity right next to the Christiansted Pier. On our last night on the island, after spending hours at the carnival parade, the boys wanted to get one last snorkel in before we were leaving. This impromptu snorkel experience turned into be the most sea turtles that they had seen the entire trip so far.
Boys going out for a post-carnival snorkel.
Really cool little turtle right here.
Sweet! Really little green sea turtles?
Mommy!
What? Another sea turtle?
And that brings me to my next point. We were here for Carnival. The Crucian Christmas Carnival has officially taken place on St Croix every year since 1952, celebrating the cultural evolution of the people of the West Indies from the days of enslavement to today. During the period of enslavement in the Caribbean, Africans weren't always allowed to embrace their traditions and instead were pushed towards European holidays and festivals. Today, Carnival in the Caribbean is a representation of the preservation of African culture and resilience. Now, Carnival lasts several weeks with tons of fun events.
St Croix Carnival. The red light. Look at
That's a drone. We're going into Carnival. It's Carnival. Salmon balls, crabs, and rice. Look, you got stuck on the roof, Atlas.
And we thank them for all they do for us. Congratulate again the honorees for all you do and have done for the culture.
I am 16-year-old Alea Michelle Watley, your first ever Junior Miss St. Croix.
We went to the Carnival Village multiple nights, which is where you can find food, games, rides, and all of the shows on the stage.
So now, you ready?
Hold on.
Hold on tight. Nope. Close. It's a fried Oreo. Who's ready for Carnival Night 2?
I told you to do. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Yeehaw! She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Yeehaw! She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Yeehaw!
Sorry, not January.
Good job, buddy. Boys, hold on tight in there, okay? I was holding on for dear life.
Most of the big events start after 9 p.m., which is pretty late for our kids, so we were usually leaving when things were kind of getting really heated up.
Back at Carnival a few nights later. Tonight's reggae night. Had to squeeze in a quick ride first, though. Here you go, Dad.
Wait. Isle, can you help him make it go faster?
No, I got it.
You guys gotta come up with a way to do it.
Faster, 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 faster.
That's what them I use. That's one of the tactics them boy let I choose. Divide and conquer.
Yeah, they went to Carnival again.
While almost all of the events take place on the west side of the island, there was one morning parade that took place in Christiansted, which was really convenient because our bed and breakfast was just a couple blocks down from where the parade was.
Good morning.
Good morning.
7:30 a.m. and it sounds like a party. Christiansted Carnival. They said we're not going to let Frederiksted have all the fun.
We shared the food, arts, and crafts fair because it took place earlier on in the day. We ate so many pâtés on this trip, which is basically the Crucian version of an empanada.
Arts and crafts fair aisle? Yeah. Christmas Carnival.
It'd be like the sides of the shell where it merges into like the light color.
Oh, I
it's
see.
beautiful.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Cocoa butter. Try it. You go first.
The main event of the entire carnival is the Adults Parade. The Adults Parade is a full-day affair with steel drum music, dancing, big, beautiful feathered costumes, and joyous celebrations amongst all the island people.
Ready for the parade?
cliffs type adventures that I think every traveler should try to experience at least once in their lifetime. One of the absolute funnest things to do on St. Croix is the crab races. They take place multiple times a week at various locations, and the couple who puts them on has been doing this for over 30 years. We did it at the Brew Pub restaurant on the Christiansted Pier, and we paid $3 per crab to bet on which one we think would win.
Mom is the luckiest one. We got to get her over here to pick a crab. I got $3 for her.
How are you going to choose your crab? Are you going to choose it based on form or just by which one you feel like is going to be the winner?
I'm going to get the little one so it doesn't have that much weight.
So it doesn't have much weight?
I'm going to get the big one so it goes faster.
Look spunky in.
Pick two.
Oh, no, tell me, I'm going to grab them though, okay? You punch
Atlas,
them.
you pick your
All right,
two
what are you going to name
first.
your, okay, one at a time. What are you going to name this one?
Jacob.
Jacob? You got it.
I'll have that crab.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
And what are you going to name yours?
June.
What is it?
June.
June. Lucas. You got it. Good job. And what are we going to name this one, sir?
I'm gonna name
Jane. Excellent.
There's a ton of prizes, from gift cards to local businesses, to excursions, to bottles of alcohol. Scott, Atlas, and I all bet on 2 crabs, and we got to name each of them. There were over 200 crabs in the race the particular night that we went.
4 races. 2 winners out of each race. First 2 crabs over the yellow line. Any direction they run is the right direction. Yellow line is the finish line. All right, you guys ready? Yeah! All right, here we go. Here comes a Chris, Cheese, I'm not too sure. Your side. Oh, nobody move. Nobody move. One. Nobody move. One. 2. Winner over there.
What are you cheering for, Dad? Sludge.
All right. Oh, 4th heat. First crab line is named of Lucas.
Who had
And out of all 200 crabs, Atlas's crab, who he named Lucas, won the entire thing.
Lucas. You the man. Fastest crab in town. Half-day tour to Buck Island. Big Beard's Ranch Tours. And you're going to visit Jimmy and get a Virgin Islands mahogany cutting board. All right, let's put our hands together for Lucas!
He's mine.
All right,
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
This is how the back like. Okay, everybody stay where you are. Okay, I want everybody to...
Get this, the overall first prize was a snorkel trip back to Buck Island Reef National Monument.
On the crab races. I won a crab race and got a trip to an island and a snorkeling trip and got a mahogany cutting board and I got a squirt gun. Look at how fast I go.
Lightning speed.
It kind of felt like fate, like he was meant to do this snorkel. And it was like God gave him an opportunity to go back there and see this really special spot. So 2 days later, while Isle and I went out for milkshakes.
You excited? What is it, Isle?
Atlas and Dad headed out for his Buck Island snorkel trip.
Do we have flippers for you? Yeah. We got the smallest size flipper they have here. Fits Atlas. You gonna send it, Atlas?
Oh, how cool is this? Look at the water light piece.
I'm still willing for joyful life. That's why the place nice, so nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas nice, so nice, so nice. St. Croix full of good vibes, so nice, so nice.
Did you have a great day? Man, what a snorkel trip, huh? What are you doing with all that fruit punch?
We're saving it and bringing it to
Alice has had a couple cups, and he's been holding that cup in his hand for probably 10 to 15 minutes. And he saved half of it to make sure Isle got some. And I just asked him, I was like, man, why drink that? Make it go away. And he said, no, I'm saving it for Isle. Proud of that kid.
Traveling back to St. Croix after all these years was nothing short of amazing. And I'm so thankful that I got to experience all of the adventures with my family this time. After 11 days on the island, it was time for us to say goodbye.
We'll have to see each other, okay? Promise? Promise. Yeah.
Adios, St. Croix.
That's it for today, Unconventionalists. Be sure to subscribe because in our next video, we are headed to the British Virgin Islands. Until next time, keep exploring life outside the box. Goodbye!